Hey YouTube, today was one of the most ridiculous days of RLCS that I think I've ever watched, and maybe anyone ever will watch, especially considering we didn't even include the grand finals. You know, the event didn't even end, and it was still maybe one of the craziest days we've ever seen. And the reason why is because there were tons of Game 7s. Long series going all the way. Every game, or every 7-game series that was played today went to Game 7. So what we're going to do is we are going to watch from a different player's perspective in each one. And we're going to start with the one that happened first, which is Version 1 versus Carmine Corp. Carmine Corp versus Version 1. We're going to watch from Beast Mode's perspective to see how he played this final game. The nerves of the crowd behind him. Right now, we're only going to hear the crowd inside the game. But if you haven't been watching the RLCS, the crowd in London has been absolutely crazy and was definitely favoring Carmine Corp in this game. Version 1 being the North American team versus Carmine Corp, the EU team. The EU crowd had been in favor of the team in blue. And so it's been up to Beast Mode and the rest of V1 to try and ice it out. Beast Mode wearing the Version 1 away decal. In the process of trying to do so, Version 1 up 1 in this series. At the start of the game, I think Torment slotting one in on the goal line. Astral has been playing a great series all tournament long, or this series and every series, as he has shown to be maybe the best player on Carmine Corp. Beast Mode has never been in question as the best player for his team as he gets a crucial save. Nolly has been playing really well in his own right, getting picked up after the drop from Guild. Torment launching this to the back wall. Every single Carmine Corp player sitting inside the net. Beast Mode not able to find anything. I think he might have had somebody bump him from behind there. Wide rotation for Beast Mode. Calm has been playing the absolute villain all major long. He played the villain in North America as well, but there he has a little bit more fans behind him to support him. Right now, he's playing the villain against a crowd that doesn't want to see him win. And I think he was born for that role. He'll gladly take it. Pulling the heat off his teammates. Allowing for Beast Mode to perform as well as he does. Beast Mode starting to be in the conversation for best player in the world. Right now, trying to win a 50. Actually, did not win a 50. Terrible 50 from Beast Mode. Not even Torment, famous defender, can save him that time. And Version 1 and KC going to be tied up 1-1. Tachi slow play. Somebody from the Version 1 team needed to come out there to challenge him. Beast Mode the first to reach it. Nice read by Beast Mode. The fact that a defender was coming, he dodges the demo and then Calm is upfield. Because that member of KC went so far up, it meant they only had one back, and Calm demoed him off. So very important dodge of a demo from Beast Mode. What a save from inside the nets. Not letting KC tie it up. Low 50 for Calm. And he has broken out what was a very dangerous sequence. We talk a lot about at LAN, sometimes the gameplay gets ugly because there's just so much pressure. It's such a different environment. And that hasn't been the case with this LAN. There have been tons of players absolutely popping off. And I feel like we're seeing the highest level of play we could ever hope for. The crowd, the pressure, just adding to everybody's abilities. Torment lucking into a demo as he smashes this one past. Beast Mode playing last back for Version 1 right now with a minute 20 left to go. Itachi, high chip, Astral, not going to be able to get there, and Beast Mode's going to body him off in order to steal the boost, keep his team on offense. It's a decent pass. Noli looking back for Astral. Beast Mode won't let him have it. Now Torment to Calm. Calm coming from so high on the ceiling. He must have been trying to chase somebody up there for a demo, because otherwise I don't know why he would be so high, as that does not help him get it clear. Pinch from Beast Mode. Going to be read by Astral. The shot. Itachi able to redirect it. And it's 2-2. 40 seconds left to go. What can Version 1 do Well, if you've been watching the RLCS, you know. If not, you'll just have to wait and see. Noli. Chip from the corner. Beast Mode able to get a save from inside his net. He's looked so comfortable inside his net this game. Already made a couple great saves. 18 seconds left to go. Beast Mode able to clear this past the back line of KC. And he needs to find 100 boost somewhere. Both his teammates taking the 200 boosts near him. Calm. Tapping this one down. As Noli looks for a teammate. Can't find it. Torment out to midfield. Noli to Calm. Calm to Beast Mode, who launches a shot at the final second. You guys might remember this if you watched it live. You knew the shot was coming to ice. I'll be honest, when I watched it, I felt like I'm going to watch this a little bit slower here. Let's go 25%. I thought this challenger was a little bit closer. I thought Noli was closer, but he just totally missed. It wasn't a 50. It wasn't even close to a 50. Just a huge whiff. And then a booming shot. Itachi, I think, did maybe a couple different things wrong here. If you guys saw on the desk, first the desk blamed Noli for a really bad touch right here. Why did he keep it up in the air? He is thinking he's passing it to Itachi. That's the argument that at least a couple people on the desk made. And Itachi recognizes he's beat. I mean, I don't think there's a world in which he can get to this ball. Pass to him from... Yeah, I mean, he sees Calm has got him beat. He cannot turn towards the play. So he turns away. Now, I think his bigger problem is betting that Noli was going to get the touch again. Now, he's obviously thinking very aggressive. Right now, Itachi's thinking, I want to score on 0 seconds. He's not thinking, I need to save on 0 seconds. Because I think if he does think, you know, best case scenario, we hit it on the ground instead of scoring, then I imagine he retreats here and potentially has a shot. But this shot is so good. Yeah, no, but if Itachi's coming back, it's an easy save. He'd be right in the right spot. And then what about Astral? Why is Astral upfield as well? Obviously, credit to version 1 and everything they did. 12 seconds. Yeah, everybody went all in. I mean, the whole team. It was definitely an aggressive touch, right? Noli could have let the ball hit the ground, and they could have just gone to overtime. So it was aggressive, but then everybody else matched that same kind of aggression. Itachi moved upfield. Astral moved upfield. And they just thought Noli was going to have this second touch. I mean, that's the reason why these guys both turn upfield. If Noli doesn't jump, he has 73 boost. I mean, there's no reason not to try and get this read. He missed it far left. But if he got the read right, that he's going to actually contest with Beast Mode like he wanted to. The problem is both his teammates think he's going to get something. Like a 50 or have a chance on it at all. But what they didn't realize is he was completely whiffing. And then Beast Mode just ices it out. So that was the first Game 7 of the day. First Game 7. We had already gotten a Game 5 and a best of 5. But we're only going over the Game 7s. And Beast Mode wins the first. Let's go to the second. Next Game 7, we are going to watch from the Falcons' perspective. Specifically, TRK. We are watching Space Station Gaming versus the Falcons. This is the other winners semifinals that went to Game 7. The Falcons went up 3-0 in the series, and then Space Station and Chrome called a timeout. Since the timeout, Space Station Gaming has now been on a 3-game run. They are looking to try and finish it off here in Game 7. The Falcons called a timeout right before the final game, deciding to try and recoup to see if they could stop the momentum. Now, the Falcons have been looking absolutely insane. Every player is so individually talented, and it's so obvious. At the beginning of this series, they looked unbeatable because they just were popping off in every way. Now, Space Station, they are very gritty, and they know how to get wins despite not having as crazy mechanics and kind of outplay potential by themselves. And they've worked it all the way back. So it was a battle of two styles, really. You'll see Space Station Gaming bringing it to the ground, forcing it through, playing very demo heavy on the back line of the Falcons. And you see Falcons wanting to move the ball into the air and get as much opportunity to show off some acrobatics as possible. And TRK is one of the most acrobatic of them all. This is a great shot saved by Daniel. Really good pass by Ahmad. Ahmad's been playing so well all events. Looking like a potential MVP performance. Of course, everybody has talked about TRK maybe being the best player on this team. But Ahmad, I think, is making the argument right now. And this is a nice outplay by TRK. He is just so quick to the ball. This is what we're talking about in terms of just speed and mechanics. He 50s with Arsenal, Reddles gets dunked on, and that leaves just one player left. Daniel tries to try and beat TRK out, but TRK able to get the win. And let's just watch from Daniel's perspective and see whether or not Daniel maybe should have gone back to net. He's trying to decide whether or not he should go to net or try and beat TRK. And maybe if he had went to the back wall, he would have been able to clean it up. But so hard to make that read in the moment. TRK gets the outplay. He doesn't get the finish. Khaled gets the goal. But I think the credit for this one really, I guess, goes to the whole team. The final beat was by TRK, but Ahmad had a good challenge of his own high in the air in order to create that opportunity. Ahmad demoed off the map. It's the kind of thing you should expect to see when watching Space Station Gaming. This is when they perform best. Once they get the Falcons glued into their back wall, and they can slow them down and demo them off the map over and over and over and over, that's when they found their best opportunities. And whenever the game is out in the midfield and moving back and forth quickly, that is when you're going to see the Falcons have the advantage for sure. They can just use so much of their speed. Daniel having to dodge the TRK bump. He did so well. Space Station have half a game to come back now. Reddles, nice beat again. TRK getting beat a couple times here. Arsenal trying to drop down. You see this from Space Station players, I think, way more often than you're seeing it from other teams. Where they just want to kill the ball almost every time it gets to them, if they can. They want to kill it, drop it down, take the possession themselves, really slow down the play, and break down defenders very tactically, as opposed to just keeping, I mean, I keep saying it over and over, the high pace. I mean, this is the fastest team that plays Rocket League right now, and that's why I bring it up. That is, the Falcons are the ones they're playing against. Another demo on the goal line. Shouldn't be surprised to hear it. This time it seems like it was Daniel. Arsenal's got tons of space. TRK knows it. Can't even get up to this one. Slams off the ceiling. Luckily he's got Khaled behind him. Something that you just cannot feel right now watching these replays is the kind of pressure in the moment that these guys are in inside that arena. It just makes every movement and every touch feel so much more intense. Every scoring opportunity seems like it could be potentially the last. Double from, I believe, Daniel. Sent too wide. He's either going to have to find his rectangle himself, or he's pretty much out of luck. No teammate around to help him out. Minute left to go. Reddles hoping for a double. TRK says no. I don't know if Reddles had the boost either way. Right now, it's a great doink. Khaled on the goal line. He has had some amazing saves. I think Khaled does end up in this game with the most points, but TRK, I think, had a couple outplays, led the offense. Khaled leading the defense once again. I mean, when we watched him earlier, we saw him holding down the back line well. He has had a great performance. All of the Falcons have. Daniel, what a bump if the ball was already on line. And this is another moment that I want to watch as well. I remember thinking that Reddles probably needed to go for a shot here. Daniel has a great setup. If his setup was on net, then nothing would have needed to happen. It would have just went straight in because he got Khaled to miss. But Daniel, I mean, Reddles didn't want to slow down. He didn't want to take like a soft shot. So he just thinks about taking a defender out, hoping that Arsenal is there. But I think there's maybe a world. Nah, he gets 50'd. He gets 50'd. I don't even regret, watching it live, it really felt like Reddles made a mistake, but I'm not even sure he made that much of a mistake, because if he slows down, maybe he has to have stopped like right here. But by the time he's here and this miss happens, he has to go for the demo. So maybe if he's out here, even then, I think TRK, he has to have reached the ball right here and shot top left corner before TRK gets up. But considering how deep he already was, it was too late. Arsenal wasn't going to be able to get a save. 17 seconds left to go. We'll watch from TRK's perspective. That has been the way they've been getting wins. Hard to expect the team to change up their strategy in the final moments. Reddles has been the bruiser who clears out the goal line for everybody else. And the ball hits the ground, and this is it. Another Game 7 win. TRK, O'Khaled, and Ahmad, they make it into the winners finals. They're going to play version 1 tomorrow. A great performance, but only the second of 4 Game 7s that happened today. Our third Game 7. This time, it's Carmine Corp versus Furia. Furia able to get the win over Optic 3-1 to get themselves to this game. Getting to play a Carmine Corp who is coming off of a loss to version 1. Astral, bit of an own goal here. And just like the game with SSG and Falcons, where Falcons had went up early and SSG were threatening the reverse sweep, the same thing is happening here. Carmine Corp went up 3-0, and Furia have moved it all the way back, and they've done so on the back of that player right there. Jan has just been playing amazing all in. It's time to start talking about the fact that Jan might be the best player in the world. I know that maybe you think I'm crazy for saying that, but Jan has played so well. He is coming from South America, and maybe he's only got a couple top 6s the last 2 events, but you've got to think, you know, not that Kaio and Card are not great players, but if Jan was on a team somewhere that was finishing in first or second, I feel like he would still be that team's best player, and we'd be talking about him being the best player in the world. So I think keep in mind Jan as one of those players. Anyways, right now we're watching from Itachi's perspective. Itachi up in the air, the reset to put the ball off the wall. Itachi, the first player from Africa, I believe is what they said, Morocco, to play maybe in an RLCS land, and trying to show that he is made to be here. Right now, him and his squad down 1. Itachi not going to get back for this one, though. Furia up 2-0. 3 minutes left to go. Game 7. The reverse sweep starting to feel more than just likely. Seems like it almost certainly will happen. Everybody in the crowd who's been cheering for Furia all day. We're only matched by Carmine Corp. I think Carmine Corp or Moist probably getting the most love today. Moist maybe number 1. Carmine Corp maybe number 2, but Furia right there. The Falcons as well. Tons of teams. If you were not a North American team and you were getting a ton of love. Itachi, ball to midfield. Jan able to get that save halfway through the game. Does Carmine Corp have what it takes? Only the pass down. Itachi able to get the finish. Wanting to retreat back, but Jan has been such a presence. Every time you see somebody on Furia getting a strong touch, getting something that makes you sweat, it always seems to be Jan. Itachi right now getting outpaced by his teammates. Astral, the double in the corner. Itachi gonna lob it up to Nolly. But Jan, once again, who's the player on Furia making the crucial touch? It always seems to be Jan. Itachi to the midfield. Nolly, the 50. Astral was up to try and get a crazy read, but unable to do so. Astral now, once again with the ball. Jan getting a full clear. What surprise. Astral over the top of Card, and then Kyle on the back line. Itachi. It has been a game of almost for Carmine Corp here in the first 4 minutes of it. Astral, big whiff. Itachi had to wait way too long. He's going to get demoed. And now he'll respawn on the back line. A minute, and they need 3. And the first is going to come here off of a complete surprise. The respawn, and that final defender of Furia did not realize that Itachi was there to make the play. So within one now. Ceiling reset for Itachi. 50 with Kaio. Not going as well as hoped, but able to stay in this play. Astro lobbing it up. Mistake from Kaio on the goal line. The pressure maybe getting to Furia. They saw the victory right there in front of them. But now it is a tie game with 30 seconds left to go. Nolly lobbing the ball up to the top corner. Astro with a catch at midfield. Kaio able to dunk this one all the way back. Itachi looking for bodies on his way into the blue half. Not able to catch up to any, though, as he slams this off the ceiling. Nolly to the nets. Card sends it high. Clock winding down. Will there be another 0-second win? It's not going to come from Itachi as he is dead. The ball smacking the ground, so it is overtime. That's right. Game 7, overtime. Today has been, like I said, the most exciting day in RLCS history, especially the most exciting non-championship day. I mean, championships, the hype from those are just impossible to match. But today got about as close as you could ever get. Itachi, touch off the sidewall, big whiffs by both Furia and KC. Look at Nolly's play. Astral lobbing it up to Itachi, who slots it after 36 seconds of overtime to do what felt impossible with about a minute left to go as they were still down 2-0. And a great play from all of them here. Nolly, Astral so quick, wins the 50 over 2, and then Jan gets slightly bumped by Astral, I think, at the end of that play. It's the reason why we don't see yet another miraculous play by, like I said, maybe the best player in the world. Let's watch it real quick. As Astral, he doesn't chip him, but he makes him slow down. Oh my goodness, look at that ball. Look at that ball exploding and how close Jan is to getting that save. Crazy, crazy day. Crazy events for Jan. And this is only our third of 4 best of 7 game 7s. This time Itachi getting all 3 goals for his team in that win. But we got one last one to watch. It's our final game 7 of the day. We've got Space Station again playing against Moist Esports. This game has been much more back and forth. We talked about Space Station in a game 7 last time, where there's 3 straight wins for Falcons and then 3 back. Hasn't been this way for Space Station. I do think they got the game 6 win. Moist was up early. And now they are in game 7. We are watching from Joyo's perspective. Joyo of Moist Esports. Taken off the map. Joyo, Vatira, and Rise. Similar to the Falcons in their ability to just solo outplay at any possible moment. Space Station, such pests. They know how to get the job done. They know how to get you out of your comfort zone. That's how they work their way into yet another Game 7. Not to mention they're all just playing well over on the Space Station side of the field. Daniel having a good day. Arsenal and Reddles all playing very well. I think often Reddles doesn't get the spotlight on this team, but he has had a very solid event. Joyo, nice save. Daniel 15 this high. Vatira trying to catch and create an opportunity for Joyo, which he does. And the first goal goes to Moist off of a really smart play by Vatira. Noticing that they had the numbers on that goal line, which means if he makes a calculated touch and forces a bad play from that final defender, they're likely to get a goal. Look at that 50 from Daniel. Daniel actually reset on that ball. I remember from the stream perspective, it was showing Daniel, and he flew onto that and got a reset. That's why it stopped so dead, to get all 4 wheels on the ball. A minute 30 left to go. Joyo dropping it to Vatira. All of Space Station on the goal line. Spectacular saves from Space Station all day long to keep them in games. Vatira Dribble 50. Reddle's all alone on defense. Needs to buy time for his team. Rise. He was about a hair of a touch away from dropping that to Joyo. This will be a nasty read if Joyo was able to get the angle. He does not. So on the retreat, as Rise and Vatira in front of him. Vatira has had an amazing defensive display once again. Not just goal line saves, but just always seems to be able to hold back strong offensive takes by teams. Reddle's playing a little bit faster than he could. Arsenal, what a shot. This time Rise able to get a magnificent save. Joyo threatening the high save and Rise covering the low. And Arsenal's going to miss off the post. Joyo backing off this one. You could tell Vatira must have said he had it. Otherwise, from our perspective, looked like there was no reason for him to assume that. Daniel from the ceiling. Vatira cleans out the back wall. 3 minutes into the game. And Moist holds a 1-0 lead. This crowd desperate to see a Moist win. Not just the Champions Field crowd, which are pretty neutral, but also the London crowd. 2 Space Station players up. The net wide open. Joyo maybe could have gotten a stronger touch here. Try and finish that off. He had a humongous open net in front of him, but could not beat Arsenal in the race. Joyo shot. Saved by Daniel. Miraculous saves. That was a great scoring opportunity for Moist. Daniel lobbed downfield. Arsenal pushing it even farther. Joyo looking for the bump. He must have gotten it. Arsenal certainly missed.
60 seconds left on the clock.
1 minute left to go. Arsenal going to get back to it. Joyo, you can see trying to set up 50, but definitely a win in favor of Arsenal. Now Joyo trying to chase down some SSG members. They're stealing all the boosts from him. He is chilling with 0 on the back line because of it. And now Arsenal chasing him down. He got very crucial boost stolen. That's why he didn't want to come off the back wall. Plus Arsenal looking to bump him. And now it is 1-1 with 40 seconds left to go. Daniel up quick. Joyo to pinch it away and meet him there. Rise going to slow the play down. Arsenal over the top of Joyo playing that first man. Vatira lobs to him. Joyo will musty it, looking for the top left. Reddle says no. Now Rise and Vatira, the front man, a pinch stronger than Joyo's expecting. And now Daniel out in front of the net. A big miss by Vatira. I want to watch from Vatira's perspective real quick to see what kind of read he had on this play. This is a crucial miss to put his team down 2-1. Maybe a little bit of hesitation from him as well. He was far from the play, but he probably needed to get up and dunk that earlier. Late reaction. Arsenal is going to send them up 2-1. We'll hop back over to Joyo's position. 9 seconds left to go. Moist down. What a weird kickoff from Joyo as well. Wow. A direct kickoff straight for a goal. Now, I knew this was coming. I just watched this not more than 10 minutes ago, but I watched Daniel's kickoff first. Now I want to see what is... Joyo's actually doing something really weird here too. He doesn't go straight into the ball. And I think that's maybe the reason why. If he flips directly into this ball and doesn't hit it as late as he does, look at how late he's coming to the ball. He's flipping way past it. If he takes a direct line in the ball, Daniel's actually covering it pretty solidly. Joyo would slam into it. Daniel would maybe kill it either to the side wall or away from the net. He certainly wouldn't have what happened. But Joyo flipped so late. Both of them flipped incredibly late. Or Daniel didn't flip at all. I think he might have single jumped there. Or, I mean, he might as well not have flipped at just how late he did. So Joyo getting the better of the touches of the two. Reddle's cheating upfield. And Arsenal also cheating upfield. Now, you might say he's not cheating upfield. He got boost. But what I mean is he could have turned towards his net as he picked up the 100 instead of turning out to midfield. But man, I don't know what SSG were thinking on this kickoff. I can't imagine this is what they wanted. We haven't seen kickoffs like them before. Was Daniel trying to kill the ball? I don't know. What was he going for? It just seems like a late touch, just a bit of a mistake. We watch it in super slow-mo, and it feels like we know what's going on, but when you watch it full speed, it really just seems like not what he intended to do. Anyways, that does send us to 2-2. Can Moist Esports finish it without overtime? No, they cannot. There was a chance there if Joyo maybe had a quicker reaction to Rise's setup. But it will be overtime. Another overtime game 7. Everything on the line. Joyo. Touch to the back wall. Feer trying to drop it down for his team. Rise to 50. Not getting anything on it, though, as Arsenal tries to clear it out of the corner. 180 from Joyo. Drops it down to Rise. Joyo cannot push the ball through. It has been all Moist for the first 30 seconds. This might be the first time the space station cleared out. Joyo, big whiff. The ball almost clearing itself with how strong Arsenal's touch was. Now Rise in the air. Daniel actually bumping him. So Rise changes his plan and just goes to bump ahead of the play since he got forced to do so. Joyo wide rotation, trusting Feer to take this first touch. He has good trust for a reason. Taken off the map. That'll happen when you're playing SSG and you have a predictable line as you're retreating to the net. Minute 10 left to go. Nice outplay by Feer. Arsenal and Daniel kind of combined for a pinch. Daniel killing it to the corner. Joyo playing that third man right now. Far away. Daniel bumping him off of this potential challenge. He gets to it late, courtesy of Daniel. But talking about Joyo here, he's able to get 2 challenges and beat out both defenders. Rise, no way he finds this angle. Truly, there is no way, because he doesn't. Now another wide rotation from Joyo. This time he sees all orange players on the field. Does not have to worry about getting demoed. Rise reset. Pushes the ball too far. Boost steal for Joyo as he drops this ball directly down to Feer. Rise going to take that shot attempt instead of him. The nerves going crazy right now at the end of the day. Joyo going to pot the ball to himself. The musty to the backboard as he dies, and Rise is able to finish it. Joyo with the icy musty to send Moist into the lower semifinals, I think is what they call it. But let's go back and watch this once again. Right around the net. Reddles out to the midfield. Joyo, saucy, musty, and Rise finishes it off. He has just been so icy every single time he's played in the RLCS. Moist does it. A crucial kickoff goal to send it to overtime, and they are just too good. You cannot play Moist in Game 7. A couple terrible losses. I mean, not terrible. I don't even seem terrible. Just devastating losses for Space Station. 2 Game 7 losses. Coming to 2 very good teams. Moist and Falcons, that could very well be the grand final. Everybody left in this tournament has been playing so incredibly well. So you can't beat yourself up for losing to this talent. But man, I know that SSG wish they could have at least one of these 2 games back. It has been literally one of the craziest days of all time in the RLCS today. You guys should better be watching tomorrow.